Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer, so let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
So your grandmother's taking care of you. Does your older brother go off to college?
I don't know. You know what? He quit school, and because he was, I guess, fucked up about my mother's death. Jerry, my older brother.
Okay.
And I don't know where he was. I don't remember seeing him much. He was older. And then he was out a lot. He just, he didn't live to, he's 16, 17, whatever he was. And, he just went on with his own life. And I know he quit school at some point. He was working
what does he do now?
Well, now he's 60s. He still works. He's doing some shit here in the city.
Are you close?
Yeah, we're very close.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Are you close?
He's like my parents.
Right, and what about the younger one?
Mm-hmm. The younger one, he's got some issues.
Okay.
But he's lived with me for a while.
Oh, okay.
Nowhere to
so
go.
The three of you were close.
His wife committed suicide his first wife.
Oh, God!
Yeah, it just never ends. It's a crazy... This is not your typical Jewish family.
I know, but it's so fascinating. All right, so...
She jumped off a terrace in my apartment, 18 stories. Anyway, let's move on.
Your apartment?
I was just turning it over to my brother. He was going to move into my apartment, and she jumped 18 stories.
No.
18 stories. Here's the funny part. Her birthday is the same day my mother died, January 3rd.
No way.
Fuck out.
That's your phone calling via the computer.
Okay, can you
is this
just find it?
Yep.
Who was it, Ben?
Robin?
Do we take call-ins?
No.
Oh.
So, anyway, no one can interrupt this fucking story. Okay, so...
Nice try.
So, I'm just trying to get into this.
Okay, so anyway...
The head of a girl who loses her mother, her father's a fuckhead, or who do you go to? What do you do? That's where your humor comes from.
Well, at 13, when I was living back in Sheepshead Bay.
Did you get bat mitzvah? Did your brothers?
None of us went to college. None of us got bat mitzvah.
Wow.
None of us lived any kind of normal Jewish. So that's why I tell people I don't know much about the Jewish holiday. I don't. Right. I didn't grow. I mean, At 14, I had these friends. My friend Stella, may she rest in peace. She died on crack.
Stella
Stella Jackson. Stella. Her original name is Stella. Jesus, how can I forget? Stella. Oh my God! I'll get back. I can't remember.
Jewish?
No, Italian. She looked like. So we were hanging, and so at 13, I was already smoking pot, smoking cigarettes, taking Quaaludes. I mean, I went to outpatient rehab at 15.
No way. Who sent you?
My school, because I got thrown out of school.
Were you a good student?
I don't know. I got, I did graduate. I'm not quite sure how.
You're smart. So
I must have gotten, through it with that, but we were doing a lot of, and plus I was a lesbian, and I didn't know how to deal with that.
Right. Now, when did you know you were a lesbo?
I knew very young.
Yeah, me too.
I knew very young.
Of course.
And you know what's the funniest thing? I remember when I was, before we moved to Jersey, which I had to move to Jersey when my father married that fucking killer. I remember this woman and this kid. You always got attracted to one of your friends, right? When you first,
always. Yeah.
So I remember saying, I was in love with her breasts. I was like, oh my God. And when I was, and of course she didn't say anything. I was with all my tough friends in Brooklyn. The last thing I'm going to say. And I had a boyfriend, which...
sure, a beard.
I had to pretend, go through all that. I just saw her in Florida.
No way!
The show at the Boca Black Box, right?
No way, where I'm going to be.
Where you're going to be, Boca Black Box.
I'm going to be there this weekend, actually,
this
Saturday
weekend?
and Sunday.
You got to go, everybody. It's phenomenal.
And
she'll be great.
Judy. All right, go ahead.
Obviously.
And I was on Facebook, and she said, I'm going to come. And
yeah, she is.
Right.
Let me tell you something, honey. It looked like she was living in a trailer park. I'm like, here's her and her sister were adorable.
How were her tits, though?
I couldn't even get past the missing teeth.
Wow.
I was like, holy...
Is she a lesbo?
No, married with kids, her and her sister, blah, blah, blah.
The dental's hard because, I see people without teeth and I have to say to myself, dental is really expensive.
It is. Well, that's why I have no money. That's why I'll be working till I'm 112.
Well, I've been flossing. I have good teeth.
Not me. $50,000.
Dental is so genetic too, so it sucks if you don't.
It's genetic. It's my bone loss. My teeth were.
All right, back to
It's my family.
So
bone loss. So your
grandmother and your father break up. Okay.
Yeah, well, no. What happened is
they had divorced.
They had an affair. Blah 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 blah. Right. Yeah, this is terrible. I can't believe I'm saying this on a podcast.
It's human. This is human.
I'm gonna go home and kill myself. Anyhow,
get it out.
And then, so my father couldn't handle. My grandmother didn't want. After my grandfather had the stroke, my grandmother just hated having us around. And she was jealous because my father was dating this woman Shirley. Blah blah blah. Now here's a true stepmother story. So now he's dating this woman Shirley, very attractive.
Is Shirley
woman.
the
German?
Oh, I undo this.
Okay. And she was so great to me. You know, those kind of thing. Hey, she was like giving me cigarettes and alcohol, and I'm like, she is the fucking coolest.
How old was she?
Shit.
I have a cigarette. Michelle, come here.
Come here.
Do you want some vodka?
Yeah. You know what? I was so nervous I wouldn't go to the oven. Anyway. I got so
Michelle,
scared.
come here.
I wouldn't take a shower.
Hey, Michelle, I've got a shower ready for you.
That's so funny.
That's where you're going this summer, to camp.
Listen, Michelle, I want you to come into the kitchen so I can teach you how to bake. All right, go.
That's so funny. Well, okay, but at the beginning, she was like, hey, here's some,
Michelle, come here. You want a cigarette?
And some beer. And beer. Yeah, and beer and all that. So I'm like,
do you have any homework? Who fucking cares?
Hefeweizen.
Yeah, she was great. That's great. That's exactly. And I said to my friends, man, she is the best. This is going to be the best. I can smoke, I can drink. She's going to be the best. Then they get married. Okay. My grandmother was like, you got to get out of here because she didn't like that he was dating her and da-da-da-da-da. But she wanted to move to Jersey. She didn't want to live in Brooklyn, blah, blah, blah.
I want to move to Jersey.
Yeah, and then we moved to Jersey.
Because I don't want to live in Brooklyn with all these Jews. Okay, so let's move to Jersey. Where are we moving to in Jersey?
We're going to Jersey. I can't do anything but a Jewish accent.
Where are you moving to in Jersey? Edison.
Did you live in Edison?
I lived in Clark. I grew up in Clark, New Jersey.
Where's that? Near Edison?
Next door to Edison.
It is?
Yes, you fucking idiot.
I don't know where. You think I gave
Clark and Edison are right next to each other.
I paid attention to fucking Jersey? I went to J.P. Stevens High School.
Oh, yes. I went to Arthur L. Johnson Regional High School. Go ahead.
Really?
Yes, I was right next door. I could have come and saved you.
I thought Metuchen was next door.
No, Edison and Clark.
And what was the other one that was right? Anyway, so I went to that high school.
How old are you? You're in high school.
I'm in my 10th grade.
Okay.
10th grade now.
Yes.
And, before I went there, I had an accident. I split my head open, 25 stitches. My stepmother was pissed. She thought I did it on purpose.
You did this on purpose?
Exactly.
What is wrong with you?
They were on their honeymoon, and they thought I did it just to fuck up their...
You know what? We are on our honeymoon. We are having sex, and then you have to have your head broken. What is wrong with you? You're a fucking asshole. No more cigarettes. No more beer. Go ahead. Okay,
now I know why everybody loves Judy. I love this. This is so funny. Making me laugh while I'm talking about incest in my family.
No, this is not good. Listen, but you have 25 stitches. I need to fuck your father in our honeymoon. Where are we honeymooning?
Yeah.
Where did we
go? No, actually, they just went. No, they didn't go anywhere but to the house to fix it up, have it ready for it to be.
What is wrong with you?
So make it the dungeon so she could tie me to my bed at night. So long as this could go on forever. I mean,
it's great. Go.
Yeah, I mean, look, I have to go to therapy.
No, go ahead.
And if we don't finish, I'll have to come back. Well,
all right, just shut up.
Tomorrow, she's going to come back, and we're going to start from when she's.
Come on, you only have half hour. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So now, yes, you were late.
Yes.
It's my fault.
It's your fault.
Everything is always my fault.
Because I was home. Go. No more cigarettes. Go.
So now, she's pissed because I split my head open and I was alone and in Brooklyn when it happened and nobody could find my parents or my anything.
You ruined my family. Yeah.
Anyway, let's move ahead. So I have 25 stitches and I end up living in New Jersey with this cunt. Anyway, so now we're living together and she...
And your younger brother.
And my younger brother. And she just fucking hated me. Hated me.
Why?
Hated me.
Why do I hate you?
I think she just because she's an E, she was evil.
Wow.
Her parents were evil. I met her parents. They were all evil. They were all fucking evil Germans that hated Jews and wanted to probably...
Was I born in Germany?
No.
Because I have an accent. Okay.
No.
Were my parents born in Germany?
Them, I think they were.
Yes.
I think they were because the wife would go, his name was a real German name, and she'd go, come in, it's time for a beer. And he would have to go. And they'd sit and they'd drink their beer very quietly in the kitchen. It was like a fucking movie. It was like being Anne Frank on the bottom floor. So here we were. So I'm like living in this home with this crazy woman. She was a severe alcoholic. And we would fight. We once had a fight. She came after me with a butcher knife.
Get in here!
Yes. And then she would not cook for me and my little brother because she'd be pissed.
I make food for your father, but not for
No,
you.
she wouldn't cook for anybody.
Fuck you, Jews.
So I had to try to cook for my little brother. And I didn't have to, I didn't have a cook. I was terrible. And then she would feed the refrigerator with 2 shelves of beer, and then maybe on the bottom shelf there'd be a cheese. It was like a movie.
So, and then did they have another kid?
And my father, was Kim born then?
Kim
No, it was after that. No, they had it after. My father, she must have given the blowjob of a lifetime because my father put up with fucking everything. So now
did he know that she was being abusive?
Yeah.
And he didn't say a fucking thing?
He did. He would. You know what he would do? He would drive me to Brooklyn sometimes, and I'd stay with my grandmother, which was like which was no better. And then it got so bad that after school, I'd have to go stay at my friend John's house before I could go home, because she locked me out once in the snow. But I was no wimpy.
The door's not open.
But I wasn't no wimpy either. I went after her. We were actually fist fighting each other. It was like,
So where was Aunt Roz?
No, I left Aunt Roz.
I know, but didn't you had no one to tell this to? Did you tell a teacher? Did you tell
Well, that's what happened.
counselor?
What happened is I got very high in school, and this is what kind of saved my life, actually, because we were doing drugs. And then I met this girl, Cheryl, who I fell in love with.
Cheryl
also I had the lesbian thing hanging over my head,
Cheryl
too.
who?
Of course.
I don't remember her last name.
All right.
Cheryl from the Pink Bathroom. And I looked at her, and I was like, I'm in love with... This was the one after, the new toothless one.
Right.
So I was like, oh my God, I love her. And she came from also a very fucked up family.
Right.
Her mother would say she was fat and ugly. She was thin and gorgeous. Sick fucking people.
Right.
So the two of us bonded on that level, and we would hang out, and that was like my savior. Like
Now, did you make out or anything?
Well, eventually.
And
we
where's
did, and
Cheryl
I
now?
don't know whatever happened to her. I wish I knew her last name. I wish I remembered. Because we got in trouble in school. We both took Quaaludes, Downs. I don't remember which ones, but
something fun.
But she had to have a stomach pump.
No.
Fuck.
And they took me to have my stomach pumped. But I wasn't even asleep. I'm like, no. And they pumped my fucking stomach. Well, I wasn't even knocked out. So anyway, because of that. But this was after a lot of pot smoking and this and that.
Right,
and blah, blah, blah. So Cheryl was not allowed to hang out with me anymore. But before this happened, my teacher, Mrs. Goodman, was a gym teacher who was straight. No. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a straight gym teacher.
Goodman. Go ahead.
She saw that me and Cheryl had, were
chemistry.
Yeah, and we were doing drugs. So she said, I want to have on Tuesday nights, like you guys and, any other kids that were having any issues, come over and chat. So at the beginning, it was just me and Cheryl going there. And she could tell that I was in love with Cheryl. It was just, So Miss Goodman, really saved our fucking lives.
Where's Miss Goodman now?
I wish I knew. So many people I don't remember.
We can look them up on Facecock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you look up Miss Goodman that used to be a gym teacher in 1970?
Where?
Do you remember
What
her
school
first
again?
name?
J.P. Stevens.
Just look. Well, whatever.
Goodman, J.P. Stevens. Yeah, there's got to be some registered J.P. Stevens.
But do you know her first name?
No, in those days
Okay.
it was Mrs. Goodman.
All right. So
Anyway,
then.
so
yeah.
then anyway, after this, so we were going to this group, and I remember one, and that's, it was my favorite day of the week, because me and Cheryl would have to wait alone for a while before we'd go there. So
Cute.
she came to kiss me. I thought I was going to fucking die.
Who? Cheryl.
Yeah, she was very sexually promiscuous.
Right.
She had already been with guys. Me, I knew
Right.
from nothing.
Right.
I did drugs, but I never had sex.
Right.
First of all, I didn't want to
Right.
have sex with guys. And I didn't know, but she was already.
Right. Love Cheryl.
Yeah. Oh, she was great. She
Right.
pushed me up against the I thought
Oh.
it was, it still makes me
Alright.
hard.
Of course.
Anyway, it was and then I realized what I want.
Right,
I mean,
right.
it changed my whole
It
life.
doesn't. You don't know what it is until you become sexual. Then
Yeah.
you go, oh.
Because I used to sit in the back seat with my friend, me and John, my poor little friend John, in Jersey, and my friend in the front with the boyfriend, watching them make out and kiss, and then he'd kiss me. I'd be like, why is she having such a good time?
Right,
up there?
right.
I don't understand. She looks
Yeah.
like she's enjoying this. I want to throw up. I don't understand. And poor John, I think he knew. He was like, and I was like, ugh. Like,
Wow.
yeah. So then when the Cheryl thing, that first kiss was
Right.
like, holy crap, this is different than,
Right.
So we, so I fell, of course I fell right in love with her.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
my first, it was
Right.
like, I couldn't live without her, and then
Right.
we went to the drugs thing, and then she
Right.
couldn't hang out with me, and I was
Right.
like,
Romeo and Juliet.
oh my, I swear to God. And then I took LSD in school, on the way to school, double barrel sunshine. Remember that double barrel?
No.
Oh
No.
my God.
My dad
Oh.
used to talk about double barrel sunshine a lot.
I take it, so here I am in my first class, and my teacher's going around the room.
Right.
And I'm
Because
like,
you're
tripping my fucking brains out. Me and my friend Tony. Her name was Tony Broccoli. She
Nice.
died too. She just died.
Aw.
Oh my God! This is
Everybody else-
really kill me now. Today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
They
And
lived
this is what
life.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Anyway,
So go ahead.
so her and I decided what to do. Because in those days, hey, you want to try this? Yeah, So we were both tripping our brains out. And the whole school, this is the best, over the loudspeaker. Because we both ran out of our classes and we're in the hall. And we hear, if anybody sees Michele Balen and Tony Broccoli, bring them to the office immediately. Michele Balen and Tony.
Was it real?
Yes, they were calling us because
Oh.
we're running in and out like we're so tripping. We don't even know we're in school.
Right.
We're frolicking through the hallways, laughing.
Oh
Thinking
my
this is
God.
like we are so fucking tripping. We'd open a door to a classroom. Hey, close the door. We thought we were in Coney Island on the ride. We had
He's Michele Balen.
Oh, I swear to God. And then we'd go into an empty room and hide under the desk,
Right.
laughing hysterically.
Right.
I mean,
Sounds
Did you
fun.
get caught?
so finally they pinned us and they put us in the nurse's office and they locked the door and we both went to the nurse's office like we were in the zoo. But we had no idea the severity of the trouble
Right.
we were in. We're laughing, we're having the greatest time. We're tripping that much,
Right.
so we had no idea. So Tony's family comes to get her, and then my father's away, and all I have is my stepmother. So the school nurse and the principal drive me home.
Ah.
So we open up the door. I didn't even know we had a black cleaning woman. I had no idea. And I go, this is my stepmother, Shirley. Sometimes she's black. I swear to God, I had the best day of my fucking life. I was so high, and I...
What are you doing, Michelle? Why are you home from school? Why is the principal here? Why is the nurse here? What the fuck is going on?
Oh,
Fire my black!
Yeah, it was so funny. It was so funny. And my stepmother's actually frightened. She was like, didn't know what to do because, here I am with the school nurse, and I'm like really fucking tripping my brains out.
Right.
And finally, the trip starts to come to an end, and I realized, oh boy. So they expelled me from school, me and Tony, and we had to.
You are expelled.
I expelled, not just in detention anymore.
Right.
Thrown out until I get, So they sent me to
The rehab.
the rehab.
They're coming to get you right now.
I know, there they are.
Yeah.
It's about fucking time. What do I have to say to get this? So
I called the police.
yeah, that's Via.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then I had to go, and let me tell you something. Again, it's weird how life is, because this woman, the therapist at this outpatient, also saved my life. I don't know her name,
Right.
but if it wasn't for her, because she really took care of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she knew what was happening.
She
took
saw
care-
you.
She saw me, and she, knew it was someone, and even the school nurse and the principal, they were so good. They were on my side.
Right.
And so, when I look back, I hated Jersey. It's funny how I go,
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Jersey. I hate Jersey. But you know what? Jersey really did save my life.
Right.
Those people that I
Thank you,
met
Governor.
there.
There's the name of your book.
Yeah. Jersey saved my life.
Jersey saved my life.
Yeah.
That is very funny. New Jersey saved my life. Well, people.
No, just Jersey.
Jersey.
No, don't say New Jersey.
Yeah, Jesse.
Because
Jersey
I know
saved
how
my
to do that. Okay, so then you got kicked out of school.
She
So
does.
Go to the rehab.
yeah.
Where'd you go back to school to graduate?
Well, then they let me back in because I was doing the rehab thing once a
Okay.
week or twice a week, whatever it was. And I went back in, and then from there, I moved back in with my grandmother in Brooklyn so I could get away from this fucking crazy woman.
Wow.
So she kills me or I kill her because she was coming after me with
Right.
knives.
So Grandma just left you alone, right?
Well, Grandma was in Brooklyn, in her apartment.
And you went to Brooklyn.
She was at Bay. And then I had no choice, either stay in New Jersey, because I was a little too young to have my own common. So I stayed in Jersey but it was terrible. I couldn't go home from school. I had to hide
Right.
out in my friend's house. I couldn't be left
Horrible.
alone with her.
I feel so
So-
bad. I want to hug this little girl
Oh,
and
yeah.
say, "Come over, and I'll take care of you."
She knows.
Living with Judy Gold, I really killed myself. Anyway.
Hey!
Not funny.
I thought Shirley was bad.
All right.
Anyhow, so then I go to my grandmother, and she's in like this tiny apartment, and what am I going to do? And that's when I decided I want to figure out this lesbian thing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, but you're not in
So-
school anymore.
No, now I'm out of school.
And are you working?
No, I didn't work.
Where did you get some money from?
I guess my father gave me money because he felt so guilty about my life.
here's the money. I can't fucking stand you.
Yeah, here's money. Just
Here's money.
Just
Get
go
the
and
fuck
live.
out of my face.
Yeah, just go live with your
And
grandmother.
how did they treat Kim, the new baby?
Well, my brother went through a hard time. My little brother was living there, and he's pretty
Right.
messed up. And my half sister, I didn't see. She was She was 2 years old, and the next time I saw her, she was 16 at my doorstep.
No way. What did she want?
She left. She started a fire in school, and yes,
Sounds
yeah. So she was thrown out, and because her mother was an alcoholic.
Get out!
Complete alcoholic.
Oh, she was-
a pyromaniac.
Born into chaos.
Yeah.
Right.
So now my sister and I, she married my cousin, who is now in jail for robbing the bank.
Wait,
and we'll
she
be
married your cousin?
back. Tune in tomorrow when we get to.
Wait,
Time
she
for
married
therapy.
Your cousin.
Yeah.
So
You know
they're
what's so
not- are
interesting?
they-
People think I'm from like a Jewish family. Everybody
it your
assumes I'm
cousin?
from a. Well, the cousins on my mother's side.
Okay,
and
that's what I was saying. So
Yeah.
they're not
So
today.
the sister is on the
Right, your father's side. So they got married,
got
and
married.
then he robbed a bank.
He's in jail now. I send money to his commissary. It's the
No
funniest
way.
thing. And he writes me letters, and my
And you
postman.
haven't been on Orange is the New Black yet?
You believe?
Okay, so
I can't get on any fucking show. I can't even
That-
play a
negative.
dead body.
negative.
Negative. Okay.
So wait,
That's
Okay,
funny
so
though.
how long is
I
he-
can't even play a dead body.
They won't even
how
ask
long
me.
is he in jail for?
Well, now it's been. Well, we're trying to get money together to get some other lawyer. I don't know. And he has no one to. Yeah, he asked me for money, and I don't know because it's my
Is
uncle
it your
Leo.
first cousin?
Yeah, and his brother has nothing. They all have nothing,
Uh-huh.
and so they come to me, and I'm like, I'm not responsible.
Right.
It's
I
not
do
your-
what I can.
It's
So I
Yeah, but
throw
it's
him
not-
some money,
right.
and blah blah blah. But I
Okay,
feel bad.
so
anyway,
wait. So are they still married?
mm-mm. They have a son who's my nephew cousin.
And what's he
And,
like?
He's okay. I don't know, you know.
Right. Oh my God.
They're all, you know, he's cool, but you know, they're
Yeah.
all. I mean, look, my sister's bipolar. My cousin was on heroin. He stole my father's diamonds. That's why I don't have anything. My father
Right.
left me nothing.
Right.
My mother left me nothing. I'm not nothing.
Yeah, but you got a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's really going to pay for my.
So, all right.
funeral.
So then you get a job.
What happens is, then I'm living with my grandmother. I'm very depressed. I want to become a lesbian, you know. So
Become a lesbian. You went to lesbian classes.
No, that's it. I picked up the Village Voice.
Voice,
Remember
yeah.
the Village Voice
Yes.
lesbian switchboard?
Yes.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I kept calling the lesbian switchboard, and every week they'd pick up, I'd hang up. I get scared, you know.
Yeah.
I thought through the phone they'd know what I am.
Right.
So finally, eventually, you know, I said, where did you meet? And I was whispering this. I didn't want even me to hear it. The firehouse. You remember the firehouse?
No.
That was in the village, the firehouse.
Margaret Gomez has a
Think about the firehouse?
solo show where she mentions the firehouse and the photographer who used to take pictures there.
It was on Worcester Street.
Worcester.
Worcester.
Let me tell you something. I walked in and I said, this is what
Okay. See, that's an overreaction.
Yeah.
I thought it
Guess
was
what?
funny.
I do have to go.
No, 5 minutes. Go
I can
ahead.
come back. I got to get to the anniversary.
Yes, go ahead. And then you come back. Yes, go ahead. This is really only part 1. I mean, we haven't gotten to anything yet.
yeah.
We've got part 3 and 4 with
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So then, I'm in this firehouse, and I'm thinking, and there was 1 or 2 young people. I mean, I walked in, and there's all these old, like, hey, look at this one.
Yeah.
I was 18.
Right.
17. I was 17 when I went. And this young girl goes, we go to Bonnie and Clyde's. Remember Bonnie
Oh,
and
yes,
Clyde's?
I do remember Bonnie.
Oh, I started working there. I worked at Bonnie
Really?
and Clyde's. Yeah, I was a waitress there at 17.
Awesome. Good for
What
you.
happened is, I went to Bonnie and Clyde's. I met Nettie Gomez. I remember her name.
Right.
She was the older woman. She was probably about 25. I was 17. And I moved in immediately with her. I left my grandmother. I moved in with this.
What did you tell your
She
grandma?
was a heroin addict.
Oh, great. What did you tell your grandmother?
So what?
She was thrilled.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So, and also I did one time, I was doing LSD and I had my grandmother in a headlock and I almost killed her. So she was happy
That's
to see
great.
me go. Yeah. I had her in a headlock.
Here's the story of Michele Balen.
Yeah, I had her in a headlock.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to kill you, Grandma.
I don't blame you.
I was just, all of it came to a head on that
Right.
trip.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking kill you, and then I'm going to kill this one, and I
Right.
had her in a headlock, my grandmother, in a
Yeah.
headlock.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
She deserved
She
it.
deserved that fucking headlock. So
That's-
then I moved in with Nettie, who lived on Mulberry Street in Little Italy, and on the 6th floor, and the rent was $35 a
Ah.
month. $35
No
a
way.
month. I'm not kidding.
Brittany just
But let me
died.
tell you
That
something.
is, you know,
Honey, this was 19. You weren't even...
19 you weren't
weren't
even.
sperm then.
no,
So,
that's actually true.
but she was a heroin addict. And I didn't care. I just wanted to get out
Yeah,
of
of
my
course.
grandma's.
You had a
I'm
place.
living with her, and there were cockroaches everywhere.
Ugh.
The bathtub in the kitchen, and then the two of us.
There
now
still
I
are on Mulberry
started to
Street.
do drugs with her.
Oh, this is so. The story's just getting better and better. Right.
At least you were out of
But you were
that
just
chaos.
looking for a home
Yeah,
and to
yeah.
be loved and cared for. It
That,
was
you
like,
know, it was.
And I hear heroin is great.
Well, what happened was, is we both
I hear it's
felt-
great.
I didn't do heroin. I did
okay, Hennessy,
methadone.
everyone hates you. You read the letters, and then you start acting like an a-hole. Go ahead.
Some
I have
people
to
like
go. I
me.
have to up my medication.
All right, wait a minute. You have 5 minutes. Go.
You think I'm going to make it in 5 minutes?
It's
81st
10
Street?
blocks away.
Yeah, but I don't breathe.
Are you
well.
going to take a via?
No. With this traffic, it took me an hour to get 3 blocks yesterday.
There's no traffic on the now. I take
No,
a
I'll
via
walk.
all the time. All right,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm going to walk. So I have to leave. I could come back after
All right,
if
that's
you want
fine.
to pick up part,
Yeah.
finish part 1.
Go ahead.
Because we got to get to our other stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I have to leave this Nettie stuff. Because we both did, well, I didn't do heroin, I did methadone with her.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
fell asleep with a lit candle. Here we are, the bed's right here. The apartment was just, I mean, the bathtub was in the fucking kitchen.
Right.
Methadone or crystal meth? Sorry.
No, crystal meth was not out then.
I see.
Yeah, that came later.
Okay.
Duh.
I did not know this.
Methadone is what they give
Notice
you.
how
to
I
get you
figured,
off your...
well, I'm going to talk to Michelle. I figured it's just going to be this the whole time. No Jews in the story. Go ahead.
No, good. So we're sleeping, and don't you know the fucking candle? We were so high, the candle burnt down and burnt the furniture. Went on. We were 2 inches away from this. Whole thing is on fire. The furniture is on fire. We slept through it. We wake up, and you know what? Somehow, through a miracle God was like, okay, I keep watching over you, and I guess I'm not done yet. It went out. And
No way.
Yeah. We woke up, and we're like, what the fuck happened? It was all burnt. And we slept. This is how close it was.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, okay, this is,
All right, so when
You're meant to be
how
here.
close it is, it's like really close. Go.
Yeah. So then, okay, I gotta go now.
So,
To be continued.
all right,
That's
so
a
we're
great.
Gonna continue. We're at
An hour.
Michelle actually surviving a fire in the apartment, not even knowing it, with her heroin drug addict girlfriend
Right.
on Mulberry Street with a $35 a month apartment. All right, listen. Thank you, Michelle.
You're very welcome,
We are
honey.
picking this up in a little bit, and thank you all for listening. So long!
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.